Welcome to a quieter way of seeing gardens, where perfection steps aside and time takes the lead. In ephemeral Zen garden design, beauty is not frozen, but unfolding. What if the most meaningful outdoor spaces were shaped by weather, decay, and gentle neglect? Gardens embracing natural decay invite us to slow down, to notice cracked stone, fading wood, and fallen leaves as expressions of life itself. This is not abandonment, but intention, an opening towards serenity through decay and acceptance. Traditional landscaping often fights against time, but impermanence in garden design offers a different path. In gardens embracing natural decay, moss creeping over stone and timber softening with age are not flaws, they are design partners. This approach reflects wabi-sabi garden philosophy, where change is expected and welcomed. As materials weather naturally, the garden evolves into a living record of seasons passing, creating a calm, grounded atmosphere shaped by patience rather than control. At the heart of ephemeral Zen garden design lies the Japanese aesthetics of impermanence. Wabi-sabi teaches us to find peace in things that are incomplete, weathered, and temporary. A chipped stone lantern or a fading wooden path holds quiet dignity. These elements remind us that nothing remains untouched by time. By embracing this philosophy, Japanese garden aging beauty becomes a visual meditation, inviting reflection on life's fleeting moments and the calm found within them.
In time-worn garden design, the designer does not dominate nature, but collaborates with it. Rain darkens stone, sun bleaches wood, and wind scatters leaves into soft patterns. Patina in garden materials becomes a storyteller, recording years of exposure and transformation. Organic garden aging allows the space to breathe and shift naturally. Instead of rigid layout, the garden unfolds gently, creating evolving garden landscapes, shaped by time rather than immediate perfection.
Intentional neglect may sound counterintuitive, yet it is central to nature-led garden design. Allowing plants to self-seed, stones to sink, and paths to soften encourages a more authentic connection to the land. This mindful landscape design reduces constant intervention and invites observation instead. As decay unfolds naturally, serenity through decay emerges, offering a quieter, more contemplative space where change is not feared but quietly anticipated. Choosing materials that welcome aging is essential to natural decay aesthetics. Untreated wood, rough stone, and clay develop character as they weather. Cracks, stains, and erosion enhance rather than diminish their presence. Sustainable garden aging focuses on durability through acceptance, not resistance. Over time, these materials blend seamlessly into their surroundings, reinforcing timeless Zen garden concepts, where harmony is achieved through natural transformation rather than artificial preservation. Zen garden impermanence mirrors the rhythms of life itself. Leaves fall, wood decomposes, and stone shifts almost imperceptibly. In this process, transient beauty in gardens becomes deeply moving. The garden is never finished, it is always becoming. This philosophical garden design encourages reflection, reminding us that growth and decay coexist. By witnessing these cycles, the space fosters emotional balance and a gentle awareness of life's ongoing transitions. Allowing decay to occur naturally supports sustainable garden aging. Fewer replacements, fewer chemicals, and less constant maintenance reduce environmental impact. Nature-led garden design works with local conditions instead of against them. Fallen branches become texture, decomposing leaves enrich soil, and aging surfaces reduce waste. This approach creates evolving garden landscapes that feel grounded and responsible, offering a calm, enduring beauty shaped by ecological awareness and respect for natural processes. There is profound peace in releasing the need for control. In rustic Zen garden ideas, uneven paths and softened edges invite slower movement and mindful observation. Impermanence in garden design teaches acceptance, both visually and emotionally. As decay unfolds without resistance, the garden becomes a mirror for inner stillness. Serenity through decay arises not from order, but from trust. Trust in time, nature, and the quiet wisdom of change. Japanese garden aging beauty deepens as years pass, creating a shared journey between space and observer. Scratches, moss, and fading textures become familiar companions. Ephemeral Zen garden design honors this shared aging, transforming the garden into a living archive of moments. Rather than striving for permanence, the space embraces transition. In doing so, it offers timeless Zen garden concepts rooted not in perfection, but in continuity, memory, and gentle transformation. In ephemeral Zen garden design, pathways are not meant to remain sharp and defined forever. Gravel shifts, stepping stones sink slightly, and edges blur with moss and soil. This impermanence in garden design transforms movement into a mindful act. As feet follow imperfect lines, awareness slows. Gardens embracing natural decay allow paths to soften naturally, reflecting how journeys in life rarely stay straight. These evolving surfaces create calm through unpredictability, guiding visitors gently rather than directing them forcefully. Moss plays a quiet yet powerful role in natural decay aesthetics. It settles into cracks, coats stone, and softens hard lines with living green. In Japanese aesthetics of impermanence, moss represents patience and time. It does not rush, it waits. As part of organic garden aging, moss transforms surfaces into living textures, creating tranquility without effort. Its presence reinforces Zen garden impermanence, reminding us that stillness and growth often occur slowly, beyond conscious control. Rotting wood is often seen as failure, yet in wabi-sabi garden philosophy, it is a gesture of completion. Weathered benches, aging fences, and decomposing logs embody serenity through decay. As wood darkens and softens, it reconnects the garden to the soil below. This time-worn garden design honors the full life cycle of materials. Rather than replacing what fades, the garden accepts transformation, creating a deeply grounded, nature-led garden design shaped by humility. In gardens embracing natural decay, control over plant placement gradually loosens. Self-seeding plants appear where conditions allow, shaping evolving garden landscapes. This approach reflects mindful landscape design, where observation replaces constant correction. As plants arrive and disappear naturally, transient beauty in gardens emerges. The result is not chaos, but a quiet order guided by nature itself. Such spaces feel alive and responsive, offering peace through cooperation rather than domination. Stone seems eternal, yet even stone changes. Cracks widen, surfaces soften, and lichen paints subtle patterns. In patina in garden materials, stone becomes a visual archive of time. Japanese garden aging beauty celebrates these marks as signs of endurance rather than decay. In philosophical garden design, stone reminds us that permanence is an illusion. Even the hardest elements participate in change, grounding the garden in realism and offering calm through acceptance.
Rain, sun, wind, and frost quietly shape the garden every day. In ephemeral Zen garden design, weather is welcomed as a collaborator. Rust forms, wood warps, and soil shifts under natural forces. This sustainable garden aging reduces artificial intervention and honors seasonal rhythm. As surfaces respond to climate, the garden develops authenticity. Nature-led garden design allows these forces to leave their marks, creating a landscape that feels honest, lived in, and deeply serene.
There is a subtle emotional resonance in spaces shaped by time. Zen garden impermanence creates environments that feel gentle and forgiving. Faded textures and softened forms mirror human experience, offering comfort rather than intimidation. This transient beauty in gardens invites reflection, encouraging visitors to release perfectionism. Through impermanence in garden design, the space becomes emotionally accessible, fostering connection, empathy, and a quiet sense of belonging, rooted in shared vulnerability.
True ephemeral Zen garden design begins with planning for transformation. Materials are chosen to age, layouts allow movement, and maintenance embraces restraint. Gardens embracing natural decay thrive because they anticipate change rather than resist it. This approach aligns with timeless Zen garden concepts, where flexibility replaces rigidity. As the garden shifts over years, it remains meaningful. Designing for change creates landscapes that mature gracefully, offering long-term serenity instead of short-lived perfection.
In time-worn garden design, every element holds memory. Old stones recall earlier paths, while new growth suggests future change. This dialogue creates evolving garden landscapes, rich with depth. Japanese aesthetics of impermanence honor this layering of time, where past and present coexist visually. The garden becomes a living conversation, rather than a static image. By embracing decay, the space invites ongoing interpretation, keeping the experience fresh and quietly profound. As forms soften and colors mute, serenity through decay becomes unmistakable. Rustic Zen garden ideas often feel calmer precisely because they do not demand attention. Natural decay aesthetics encourage stillness by reducing visual tension. Nothing shouts, everything whispers. In this quiet atmosphere, the garden fulfills its deepest role, not to impress, but to support contemplation. Through organic garden aging, stillness emerges naturally, offering a space where time slows and awareness gently deepens. An ephemeral Zen garden design functions as more than a visual experience. It becomes a daily meditation. As gardens embracing natural decay shift slowly, they invite quiet observation without urgency. Watching leaves decompose or stone darken with rain mirrors the passing of thoughts during mindfulness practice. This mindful landscape design does not distract, but steadies the mind. Through Zen garden impermanence, the garden gently teaches presence, reminding us that calm arises not from stillness alone, but from attentive awareness of change. Sustainable garden aging encourages a relationship that unfolds over years, not seasons alone. As materials weather and plants adapt, the garden matures alongside its caretaker. Japanese garden aging beauty reveals itself gradually, rewarding patience rather than speed. This nature-led garden design removes pressure to constantly improve or update. Instead, the garden becomes a companion in time, offering continuity through change. In this shared aging process, the space gains emotional depth and lasting tranquility. Philosophical garden design invites learning through observation. When decay is welcomed, the garden begins to instruct quietly. Crumbling edges suggest humility, fading textures suggest release, and returning growth suggests renewal. Transient beauty in gardens carries lessons that cannot be forced. Impermanence in garden design reflects life's rhythms, encouraging acceptance over resistance. In listening to these visual cues, the garden becomes a teacher, offering wisdom not through words, but through presence and gentle transformation. Timeless Zen garden concepts are not defined by how long things last, but by how deeply they resonate. Ephemeral Zen garden design achieves timelessness through honesty, not permanence. As elements age, the space remains relevant because it mirrors reality. Natural decay aesthetics keep the garden grounded, preventing stagnation. By allowing evolution, the garden stays alive. It is this openness to change that gives the space enduring meaning, even as its forms slowly fade. Thank you for exploring a gentler way of designing outdoor spaces. By embracing gardens, embracing natural decay, we choose serenity through decay rather than control. Wabi-sabi garden philosophy reminds us that beauty deepens when we stop resisting time. As your garden evolves, may it reflect patience, humility, and calm acceptance. If this journey into ephemeral Zen inspired you, please subscribe for more reflections on mindful, nature-led design. Thank you for being here and for letting impermanence guide the way.